welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to look at all the wrestling news from Friday. We start with some news and notes from Impact Wrestling. We start off with Santino Marella was reportedly pitching an idea for doing a pre-tape promo with Grado at Bound for Glory, but it was turned down. He was shown in the crowd for a cameo appearance instead. And then, according to PW Insider, there were apparently some people upset that Alberto El Patron got his own private locker room, which was actually a trailer, for the Ottawa tapings, while most of the male talent had to share one locker room. I would be pissed off too, I'm not going to lie. There's also the belief that Abyss came back from injury too soon, and that's why his match with Grado didn't go as well as they were hoping for. Grado is expected to be back next year despite the storyline stipulation of him being gone. Because they never get rid of you for permanently, do they? There was reportedly a minor incident in catering before the Bound for Glory pay-per-view where an X-Division star complained about the food. According to the story, Bobby Lashley sternly told the wrestler to buy his own food and also said the wrestler wasn't in the business long enough to be complaining. To be fair, if I was getting free food, I wouldn't complain. That's just me. Oh, and last night's Impact tapings, this is probably the other day, it was teased that the company would be doing more shows in Canada as they're transitioning into being Canadian-based. Fair enough. Now we go to an awesome story. It was announced on social media that the final spots for the Women's Survivor Series elimination match will be determined on this Monday Night Raw. Bayley will face Dana Brooke and Mickie James in a triple threat for the final spot. Let's go WWE. That's going to be good. Now we go to... A lot of people have asked how Vince McMahon felt about Chris Jericho working for New Japan against Kenny Omega. Vince McMahon then wished Chris Jericho a happy birthday on Twitter, which kind of makes it seem like everything's sound. Why is that blocking my view? And then apparently it looks like he would have got clearance and had a word with Vince. And then Dave Meltzer came back to say that people close to the situation expect Chris Jericho to be back in WWE during 2018, with one person saying it could be as early as Raw 25th anniversary special. The idea being bringing him back that quickly will capitalise on the buzz from his New Japan work with Kenny Omega. His last contractual run ended when he lost the United States title to Kevin Owens, and he's made a few appearances as a free agent. Regardless of how WWE was about Chris Jericho doing New Japan Pro Wrestling match with Omega, there's belief that there was no issues from WWE's end, even if there were. Jericho is a free agent and has been one for months. It's possible that Chris Jericho could have a rematch with Omega. The deal right now would be their match would be a one-off. But the look of this, New Japan may start working with WWE, because I'd love to see Omega at WrestleMania. And Kenny Omega said he's staying in New Japan 100%, and that it's where wrestlers themselves can fight for themselves. I want to show how great a place it is. So he said he's staying in New Japan, but that doesn't mean he can't do a one-off match in WWE, does it? Who knows? It's weird times that we live in. Oh, and Bully Ray then gave his thoughts on the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn situation. When you go into business for yourself, I mean you being self-serving and selfish. You're doing something that you want to do for your benefit and might not be the best interest of the story, the angle, or what the company wants to push forward. If they went so against the script or the story back in the day, it might have been tolerated, but today it will not. Vince has sent a very strong message to these young men. He sent a strong message to his locker room. The message is, this is my business, I'm a billionaire, I created this place, do what you're told, or I don't care who you are, I will send you home, and you will sit at home so you can think about your screw-ups. I fucking love that. Jesus Christ, Bully Ray. Oh, that's so funny. Thank you. Where I have one little more update regarding that story. Where is it? Oh, there it is. PW Insider has confirmed with multiple sources this after being sent home from the ongoing European tour, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are scheduled to be at Tuesday's SmackDown Live taping for the show. They're going to be back for next week, apparently, which is good. Hopefully they'll learn from this mistake. And then we go on to at last night's Impact tapings. James Storm announced his farewell from the company after being defeated in a loser leaves Impact match. So, by the look of it, he is actually going. He said, did like a picture thing that says, sometimes God closes his door because it's time to move forward. He knows you won't move unless your circumstances force you. Trust the transition, God got you. I'll trust the transition, God's got you. So he could be WWE bound. That is the massive rumour going around. Obviously, this could be, these are the last set of tapings for this year, and his contract runs out early 2018. So this is probably his last Impact. That's why he's done his net farewell. Well, please come to NXT. I want to see you go with Bobby Roode to become Beer Money again, or Money Beer. You can't use Beer Money, can you? Money Beer, Money Beer. I'm sorry, I'm just fan booking here right now. And then with the 25th anniversary of Raw coming up in January, there's reports of talks going around that WWE wants to bring back Hulk Hogan for the event. Like before, it's concerned if there will be any backlash from the media or sponsors if Hulk Hogan is brought back. Let it fucking die! Seriously! It wasn't his fault, it was a leaked sex tape. For the love of God, just let it die already. Oh, and then WWE recently filed a trademark for the term Mixed Match Challenge. WWE is reportedly going to tease out intergender matches next month. Like, I assume the start was Becky Lynch, James Ellsworth. That could be what it's to do with. Oh, and then Dave Meltzer reports that Hideo Itami's call up to the Cruiserweight division is imminent. The reports that Hideo has expressed interest in returning to Japan once his WWE contract expires. It should be noted that Itami's call up from NXT isn't 100% until it happens, as Vince McMahon has changed his mind about other call ups at the last minute. Both Andrea CM Almas and the Authors of Pain were apparently close to being called up this year, but it didn't happen. I'm kind of glad, because don't saturate your market too much, dude. And then Emma, former WWE Emma, is looking to resume her wrestling career once her 90-day no-compete clause expires January 27th. According to Dave Meltzer, she was in talks with Stardom, but the negotiations fell through. She was reportedly asking for $2,000 a match, plus first-class tickets and full creative control. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a bit greedy. I can guarantee she's nowhere near that. Oh, and then the big story coming out. Daniel Bryan recently did an interview with the something and commented about possibly trying to get into the ring. I'm trying to get cleared as we speak. All my tests have come back fantastic, better than people who have never had any concussion type stuff. But it's a weird thing. It's a weird situation politically with the climb around concussions right now. It's very difficult. WWE would love to have me back, but it's a small thing for me as a business to bring me back. If I come back and they let me back, would they get a lot of flack for it? They have a ton of stockholders that they're responsible for. More than just that, is it healthy to do that? There's more than the whole situation. All the concussion doctors think I'm healthy enough to do it, and I should be able to do it. Well, I don't want to say all of them. I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't think that, but there's a lot more that goes into it just than that. That's the unfortunate situation with giant corporations and big businesses in the United States. I did hear that he said there's an 85% chance he will wrestle again, but only a 15% chance that would be with WWE. Come on, we need you back, Daniel. Oh, and then I have some great news regarding Lucha Underground to announce. El Rey Network has greenlit the 4th season of Lucha Underground. It is said that the production will begin in Los Angeles in early 2018. Let's do this. And then there's been multiple rumours around Alberto El Patron and Paige's breakup in recent weeks. It now appears that Paige has confirmed those rumours. Her friend Jenna posted a video on Snapchat last night which Paige joked about another couple making out and said, "This is why I'm single." I'm just going to quickly play it. That is Paige saying that to the camera. Neither Paige nor El Patron has commented on their engagement reportedly being called off as of yet. Good, because he's a dick. Oh, DirecTV has had an advertisement for the Shield vs New Day at Survivor Series. The match was already expected to take place, but it's now been confirmed with the commercial being released. I haven't actually watched. It's just a GIF, so I can't actually hear anything, which is awesome. And it was announced that Goldust, Dustin Rhodes, will be in attendance at NXT TakeOver War Games to watch the match that his father, Dusty Rhodes, has created. That's so amazing that you can let Dustin watch it front row at TakeOver to see his father's work go appreciated. I'm so glad for that. Now that has been the wrestling news. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I have immensely. There's been some decent stories to report today. Now, as always, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please support me on Patreon. I'll link in the description below. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later.